guys, welcome to Brian's Man Cave. So today's another Brian Plays, and I'm going to be playing some Keystone Kapers for the Atari 2600. This is one of my most favorite games on the Atari 2600. I've said this a couple of times. It was one of the games that I remember when the Atari Junior came out, sometime when I guess 89 was when that came out. Essentially the repackaging of the Atari, where they made a smaller version of it, and they started selling the games. And this was around the time when Nintendo was, reigning supreme. But they decided to, go back and start trying to sell some Atari stuff again. And I remember seeing this box in the showcase, and I thought that game looked like a heck of a lot of fun, and I wanted to just have it. So I ended up wanting to get the Atari just so I could play this one game. But yeah, another reason why I was just thinking about this game was recently I was just got into doing some programming for the Intellivision, and I did a game where it's almost done, where it's the game of perfection, the game where all the little parts you have to stick it into the slots, the appropriate slots before the timer runs out. So I just did that game, and I played a little bit of like my first program that I did. I tried to figure out how to do kind of like a kaboom game. And so naturally the next thing on my list is to see if I could pull off something like this, like more of like a platformer style game. And I figure this one might not be that difficult. I mean, it's going to be difficult for me because I'm still learning, but I mean, it's not that really complicated as far as its movements are concerned. You're only going right or left. You don't really, I mean, you do go up, but it's only when you're going to the elevators, or the escalators, I should say, or the elevator, which I'll have to figure it out. But otherwise, yeah, I'm going to give it a good shot and see if I can pull it off. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a great learning experience. I've already started drafting it up. I already got like the first look and feel of it, and I have my character running left and right, so that's a start. I'm sure the jumping is going to be difficult, and figuring out how to do this type of thing. It's amazing though when I'm starting to learn how to, well, essentially how the Intellivision works and how its limitations are. You start to see how some of the games, like, you're quite amazed that they pulled some things off. Some really tricky programming, really interesting programming that they were able to pull off. So, you don't really see that when you don't understand how the programming works and how the system works. You just kind of wonder why certain things are the way they are. Yeah, kind of interesting. But anyways, if you're a fan of this game, there is some good tricks that to get through these levels. Definitely learning the patterns of the planes and the shopping carts, and particularly the bouncing ball, the one that's down there. Learning when to jump, especially when there's two of them on the screen. There's I think it may be the next level after this. You actually have to time your jumps properly, and you have to back up and stuff. So I'm going to go and get the robber here. I don't understand why they put those there. I get why he put them, the luggage and all that. I get it. It's like extra points, but in most cases you're going to pick them up because you're just running by them. You don't really have to do anything outside of just continue running. So I don't know what the point of them were, but mostly you're just doing the whole obstacle thing. You're just trying to avoid the obstacles and these things. The jewelry counters, I think they're radios. I always thought they were jewelry counters when I first bought this game, and I was playing it, and I kept thinking they were jewelry counters. And then I looked it up, and it's like, oh, they're radios, the old radios, because it kind of does look like a little countertop with, kind of like sparkling diamonds or something. That's what I always thought they were. He's getting away. The other question a lot of people ask with this game is, when to take the elevator and when not to take the elevator. Because so far I haven't taken it. And I always find that, you know, it's kind of a tricky thing. You have to really pay attention. Oops. You have to pay attention to where the robber is, because he will turn around if you get too close to him. So when the elevator starts going up and he sees you come off the elevator, he might turn around and start running the other direction. And like if he's on the very top, and you can get stuck kind of where he's, because you can never go down the elevator, or escalators I should say. You can only go down on the elevator. So if you're trying to like catch him and he goes down, and you're near the escalator, it's really weird, but it's hard to explain it. So you just got to be right on like time with it. And really the only time I use the elevator is in the later stages of this game, where the obstacles, there's just so many of them, and it's very difficult to you know, keep up with the robber before he gets away. Or if you start getting hit by certain things, sometimes the elevator is going to help you bypass half the level. But I always just find that, you know, in the earlier first several stages of this game, I usually just avoid the elevator. Like, you know, right now it's getting pretty hectic. You might want to try it if you can see where the robber is on the little map on the bottom there. And that's also what I was going to say too about trying to make this game work for the Intellivision. I don't know if I'll be able to create that map down there, because the Intellivision uses sprites that has a limitation on how many sprites can be on a screen. And so a sprite is like your character. Right now I have my character, he is put together with 2 sprites. So that's 2 down. So that leaves me with 6 sprites to go. So it really, it's really a matter of counting how many objects I expect to see on the screen. And if I'm going to have that little thing at the bottom there, the tracker that shows where the cop is and where the robber is, those are going to be 2 dedicated sprites. At least I think they would be. So that's another limitation that I might not be able to do. I might just have to cut the little map thing out. Whether that makes this game hard to play without it, I don't know. Guess I'm going to have to find out. Oh. So you can see here, everything's just going speeding crazy. Sometimes you have to duck a couple of times, like you see there. I just ducked like 3 times. Because if you don't, you're going to get smashed by that airplane. And that airplane will take you out. I believe, yeah, oh, I believe the airplane takes you out in 1 shot. So you don't just lose a little bit of time, you actually lose a full man. A full Keystone Kelly. But as I was saying with the sprites, the unfortunate thing is the character that he's being 2 sprites, each sprite can only be 1 color. So that's going to be another thing that's going to be different, is that I can only have the character 2 colors, whereas naturally he's 3 colors. He's got the black helmet on. So I'm going to have to make his head and the helmet the same color. So right now I have his whole head and his face, his helmet and everything is all black, and then his body's blue. And that's something I've noticed about other Intellivision games, is you'll see that there's oftentimes your characters are all the same color. And that was done for that, because of that reasoning, is that they only have enough sprites to, you know, if you want to have other objects on the board, you know, depending on the type of game, of course, if you have less objects, you can put a lot more detail into your character. But that's, you know, one of the little limitations that you have to deal with. Oh, there's the 2-ball. Now these things are hard. You have to back up when you want to jump over them. Unless, oh, and have some patience. Patience is a virtue. As fast as this game is, you gotta have patience. Whoa. see there, I might have been able to use the elevator at that point. Oh, I jumped. I shouldn't have jumped. I might have been able to use the elevator, but I didn't. Oh, no. 1, 2, 3. I guess another question is, should you... Oh, no. I'm going to lose. Should you wait for the elevator, or only use it if you're lucky enough to get in there when it's right there to use it? Whoop. Whoop. Let's get in there. See, now he's going to turn around when he sees me. Oh, I'm down. Okay. That's good. So I'm going to go back up. Hurry up. Slowest elevator ever. Oh no. I got 10 seconds. Whew. I don't know if I'm going to make this. It's right there. You can do it. Oh no. That's another thing. He bypasses the escalators. He just like appears up there. Wow, I made it. That was intense. I totally thought I was going to lose that round. Oh yeah, 3 of those radios. That's not going to be fun. Follow the bouncing ball. Yeah, you see how I typically do that run back. I don't know, maybe some people are fast enough that they can, they never have to do that and they can just jump, 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 but I often find that it's just best to do that little bit of a backup. 2, 3. Oh no! Well, at least when you hit one, they all disappear. You know, this far in the game, just getting hit once can really slow you down. Because you got like obstacles on like practically every screen that you've got to wait. Oh no! I think this is this is the end. Yeah, I mean, this is a fun game. Like I said, I always love playing this one. I've probably played it a few times on my streams, my live streams, and I did play one where it was someone who hacked it. They changed all the sprites around there and made it some kind of weird game. But anyways, thanks for coming by. Yeah, I love playing this game, and it was just something I just wanted to try playing a few more times, just so I can learn how the game operates and try and emulate it as best as I can for the Intellivision. Anyways, hope you liked the video. Hope you subscribe. Talk to you later.